So we got our supplies. Let's make this follow-up. Alright, so we're just going to enjoy this Rocky Patel 50, and I'm going to get into the 5 reasons why plain packaging laws shouldn't apply to cigars. And this isn't an opinion piece, this is me telling the fun police to back off with facts. So you can debate it, you can not like it, but facts is facts, pal, and they ain't my facts either. So get that crap out of your head. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, reason number 1. Plain packaging on cigars blows. It hurts small businesses. Look, most stores that specialize in the sale of premium long filler cigars are small businesses like the one I visited in Alderney, Halifax Club. Businesses like that, they are the 2 businesses that I'm aware of that deal in premium long fill cigars. You can also get Cubans out of the Griffins smoke shops. They sell cigars. And I've gotten Romeo and Julietas from them and stuff like that, but I usually stick with the local tobacconists when I want a premium cigar like this. But the Griffins are a good option for picking up day-to-day smokes, and they do have Cubans there if you want them. I just find the local tobacconists take better care of their cigars, but you know, they all do a good job. So when you take away like this presentation, you know, it's the same with a restaurant when they make a nice meal. Like, who's gonna want to come in to get that? Like, yeah, obviously for taste, but these are specialty items, and especially for the fact that not only are they taxed under the tobacco law, they're taxed as a luxury, and cigars are not just for the luxury lifestyle. Like, here, I grabbed just an $8 factory second from Nicaragua or whatever, right? It's a factory second, factory select. Bundle smoke. And that's just good for having any day. And it also hurts small business when we get into my second point. Because you're already taking away that presentation, you know, that wonder of walking into a humidor and just seeing wall to wall of nice labels and nice cigars. But now we're going to get into another reason. Not only how it hurts small business, but it hurts you, the cigar smoker. Alright, point number 2. It hurts cigar makers. What do I mean by that? Well, it already hurts the small businesses, so now it hurts the cigar makers as well. Because they're now having to increase the cost of their cigars to literally put a more generic label on it. Or it's like pinning the magazines to 5 rounds on the firearms in Canada. That cost gets passed on to the consumer because someone has to sit there and be hired to do that when they can just ship them out normally like that when their regular employee does that. So it makes cigar companies have to pay for it, then they pass that on to you, and obviously that's going to hurt their business because that's going to piss some people off. Like, and we're going to get into how it hurts you in a minute, but like, now cigar makers, some of them who are up and coming boutique cigar makers are putting everything they have into their product to compete. Like, I don't think Rocky Patel got made overnight. He had to show his stuff, but now He's a big name in cigars. And I can see why. Stuff's good. Oh yeah, thanks for the birthday present, Rocky. But say he was just getting started. Like, this is already an expensive enough product with the tax on tax that I mentioned. So this is already a specialty item for me to enjoy. But now they got to go through all that effort, hire more people, and some companies just don't have the money to do that, or don't want to do it just to compete, sell in a certain market because it costs too much, which leads me into my third point. Number 3, it hurts you. Yes, you and me, the cigar smoker. Because as I mentioned, some companies just aren't going to deal with the cost of having to do extra for less and hire more people for less effort on the artistic side just to sell in one market. We saw this happen with California when they made such just crazy, costly restrictions to what gun companies would have to do. Certain companies just said, I'm sorry, we're not going to do business with California. And that's not right. That hurts your right to choice by proxy. That hurts your right to choice by them throwing money around. Just like, the luxury tax and the tobacco tax. Like, they want to control your behavior through finances, and if they can't do that, and you still find a way to enjoy yourself, they'll literally just price the company out of the market, so there's no point. And like, if Rocky Patel, even though some people are going to get mad if a company like him doesn't do business with Canada, I can't sit here and get, flip crap at him, because as a businessman, I understand. They're literally pricing you out of the market. And, the intent of this video is to point out the ignorance, but either they are stupid, but I choose to believe these are not stupid people and they know what they're doing. They're trying to control your behavior, and if they can't price you out of something you enjoy, they're going to price the companies out of the market where you live. And that's wrong. All right, point number 4. And this is an important one for me. This is a very important one for me. So I'm going to go grab some more props, and we're going to explain this one. All right, so point number 4 is identification. And we even bought a Cohiba cigar literally just to prove this point. But first, we're gonna go to the actual box. This is a box of Cuban cigars. And this is part of the art too, the presentation. But as far as identification goes for Cuban cigars in Canada, what you want to look for is obviously the Republic of Cuba thing that looks like a dollar bill. You want the Habanos logo up here in the corner. That's literally the company, to my knowledge, that the Cuban government controls. And they've got the movement of Cuban cigars, export, import, domestically and abroad, on lockdown. Like, that's one of Cuba's bread and butter. So it's not just that they're a communist government, that they have it on lockdown. Like, next to tourism, cigars is like what Cuba's known for. Like, that's their bread and butter. And they make a lot of money off it. And now, for Canada, you want to look for this. The Habanos House logo. These are the exclusive importer and distributor of Cuban cigars in Canada. So that's a big give that you got the real deal in Canada. And also on the back, you have box codes. Now I believe there's literally a website you can go to, or the Habanos official website or whatever it is, and literally look up this box code, and it'll tell you right then and there if your box is legit or not. So let's move on to the Cohiba. Yeah, I caught a little mistake in there. I believe it's called Havana House, not Habana House. So on a Cohiba cigar, which is the reason I wanted to buy this particular cigar, there are actually security methods, much like money, built into the band itself. So if I'm trying to authenticate, say this punch cigar is a Cohiba, like, that looks fake and suspicious. Like, if I see a Cohiba with that on it, I'm gonna be suspicious because I can't authenticate the damn thing. And we're gonna go inside so it shows up in the light better to show you the security features on a Cohiba. But first, more puffs from the Rocky. Oh yeah, nice kick. Look at that ash. It's another way to tell you got a good cigar. The ash will just hold on for days. Alright, so we've come inside for a sec because I want to show you the security features. Is it going to pick it up? See those little holographic, they're little Cohiba logos. That's literally a hologram, and the logo itself is a hologram. Like, that's just like money. That's a built-in security feature that protects customers and consumers and cigar smokers and distributors and retailers from retailing a fake product. So yeah, go ahead, make that harder on us. Makes no sense. And I think even the way Habana Cuba is written on here is part of the security feature. Allow me to demonstrate. So this is a cigar cutter my mom got me years ago in Cuba when she went on a trip. A little tourist trap thing, but it works. Now if you compare the way Habana Cuba on this band is written, if you look at the C on this, it could just be the huge print, but then the print doesn't look right. Then you go over here, the print is much more cleaner, and that swirl at the end of the C is much more pronounced, like you see where it ends. And it also crosses itself a little bit, I believe, at the top, and it just doesn't do it the same way on this. And so this leads me to believe this cigar cutter literally has a tourist trap style band on it, and then we have the real thing. Like, this is why they do it in Cuba, because when you go to Cuba, you literally have to be more careful buying Cuban cigars in Cuba than you do in your home country. They take it very seriously down there. In fact, I don't know how Mom got this back across, this cutter. So I know the cigars she got me were real, because I believe if you get stopped and they check you, the Cuban government won't let fake cigars leave the country. They'll take them from you. But don't quote that as fact. That is something that I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall. That's something in this video that I don't know for sure. So correct me if that's wrong, but I do believe if you try to get fakes out of the country and they catch you, they just take your fakes, because they don't want that hurting their reputation. Like, France wouldn't want you to call brandy cognac because it's not made in the right region, or champagne sparkling wine, because to be champagne it has to be made in a certain region, and the French government protects that trademark very seriously, or whatever you want to call it. Like, you just can't make champagne and call it champagne, because they protect that stuff, and it's the same with Cuban cigars. So tell me if I'm right. This one fake, and then obviously real deal. Well, you wouldn't buy a Cohiba if you saw a wrapper like that on it, would you? Again, these people that make the rules don't think about stuff like this.